Why, hi there, I'm Ron Juckett, and welcome to the DoDCast Postgame Show. And joining me tonight is contributor and Arizona DBacks fan, Chris Lacey. How are you?
Good, Ron. Thanks for having me on the show tonight.
Well, thanks for joining us. Your impressions of this very strange 2-1 win tonight by the Nationals?
I think it was good. Gio battled. He walked 7 guys. The lineup did just enough, and surprisingly, Dusty trusted someone in the pen, being Jacob Turner. I don't think he trusts anyone else in that pen except Turner and probably, I would say, Matt Albers.
Actually, you know what? As I was going through the tabs here to get ready to go through the box score, he didn't get the save. He got the win.
I got the win. Oh, okay.
So a 4-inning win. Let me go through that real quick. 2-1. Washington goes to 18-9. What do we know? They have a .667 winning percentage. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Nats. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Arizona. Robbie Ray struck out 10. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, Ray started getting strong. He struck out 5 of the first 6 batters. His fastball was working well, slider, curve, everything was working for Ray. It was all except in the 6th inning with 2 outs. He threw Harper a slider inside on an 0-2 pitch, and I think he should have thrown Harper a fastball. But after that, the hottest hitter in baseball came up, Zimmerman, and he hit a double to a center field over Pollock's head, and that gave the Nationals the 2-1 lead, and that's all they would need to win the game and tie the series 1-1.
Yeah, and you go back to the at-bat before, Chris, where Harper worked the full count walk and made Ray throw everything in his arsenal so everyone could get a good look at it. I mean, he was still very effective, and that was the 9th straight game Diamondbacks pitchers have struck out double digits.
It is, yeah. That is a new Major League record.
That's insane.
It is, yeah.
Absolutely insane. Yeah. Anyway, let's go through the Washington lines for you. Gio, 5 innings tonight, 3 hits, a run. There's more than 1 walk. It was earned. He walked 7 and struck out 8 and stranded everyone he walked.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
That was impressive. I'm not really sure. And also, Gio joined Tony Amos Jr. and Matt Chico as the only other net starters to walk 7 guys in a game.
He threw 105 pitches and threw 58 strikes. It was the lone home run by Arizona that got on the board. I mean, this had a 8-1, 9-1 loss written all over it, but Gio only gave up 3 hits.
Yeah, he pitched well. He pitched very good. He worked around trouble, so good job for him.
I think most people will talk about, because you don't see it very often. I mean, we're talking back to the 1950s here, well before my time. Jacob Turner's 4-inning masterpiece, 2 hits, 4 strikeouts. He threw 54 pitches and 36 of them for strikes and got credit for the win.
That's great. Because once Dusty brought him in, Turner just kept on getting guys out. So Dusty just stuck with the hot pitcher, and it actually worked out.
Chris Owings, by the way, had the home run for Arizona tonight. Let's see, extra base hits for the Nats. Zimmerman with the game-winning game-winning double, his 10th of the year, and 30th RBI. Michael A. Taylor with that triple off of Tomas's glove and left was the other extra base hit. And but the Nats only stranded 4 because Robbie Ray in the bullpen, Wilhelmsen and McFarland pitched very well.
He did again.
But they did go 0 for 5 tonight in runners in scoring position. Arizona went 0 for 6. So what do you think is the biggest? Should we be looking at Gio's getting out of being wild, or Turner seems to me like 4 innings? I mean, look at this. He came up to pitch for Steven Strasburg when Strasburg's wife had the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Did that one other relief appearance, I believe it was this past weekend against the Mets. Yeah. Was supposed to start Saturday against the Phillies, but now that's going to go to A.J. Cole, because you're not going to go back to him on that shorter rest unless it's a backup Cole, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't know if he can back up Cole now, considering he threw 4 innings and over 40 pitches. So maybe they might need Cole to go longer, or maybe they might have to use Matt Albers for more than 1 inning in case Cole gets into trouble.
Yeah, and they didn't use Sean Kelly tonight either, which is probably a big deal. Remember, it's a day game tomorrow, 1 o'clock start. But with Strasburg, no, Scherzer's pitching tomorrow.
Scherzer's pitching.
And you guys are going with who?
Braden Shipley.
Who the Diamondbacks have to call up. Is there a person that's going to go down tonight to make room for him?
I haven't seen anything yet, but I think Shipley has already been called up already.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just check on that 1 second.
Let's see if no one's left a message on Twitter. And if you are watching, it's, District on Deck will get you through. Or on the chat. Let's see. Ricky comments, the last 2 starts for the Nats have been tough to figure out. Gritty, but need to get control from Gio and Roark, who threw 125 pitches last night and had 8 or 9 full counts. Maybe it was 10.
Yeah.
There really is no one left in the bullpen to pitch. You can kind of scratch your head at why you would go with Jacob Turner for 4 innings, but after watching the Joe Blanton and Blake Trinan show last night, so it also says Kelly for tomorrow, but as Ricky was talking to me during the game, they haven't had a save situation since Saturday, and Ricky says that Roark and the Nationals had 12 full count situations yesterday.
Okay.
I put towards the end of the game on Twitter, the next person that tells me they have baseball figured out as a sport will be the first. because I've been watching this for over 40 years, and I've seen some things that this team has done in the last week, and I just can't wrap my head around it, but it works.
It works, yeah. Tonight was a perfect example.
Absolutely. Going back to Saturday when Michael A. Taylor got in the lineup, and Dusty put him in second. We were going, oh my goodness, what are you doing? And he went 3 for 4.
Yeah.
I think if I pinch myself a little bit harder, I can get that voice driven up a couple more octaves. But so what else impressed you, Chris?
Tonight, I just like the way that Zimmerman continues to hit well. Harper's still hitting the ball well. Taylor's playing well, and I guess it's Jacob Turner. He threw 4 scoreless innings. Really helped the Nats win on tonight's game when the offense really couldn't get anything going against Ray.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Ray, the first time through, it looked like he was going to do one of those jobs where no one was going to make contact with him. It was like he struck out the first 5.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
So, absolutely. And Taylor really seems to understand that this is his last chance, I think.
This is it. Yeah, this is it.
And it's made the most of it. He looks really good.
He does, yeah. He's not striking out as much. He's putting the ball in the play. So he's actually helping out the team, and that's what they need because if Taylor doesn't play well, then someone else from either AA or AAA is probably going to come up and take his spot.
Well, it means that Rafael Bautista hasn't played, which is fine. At least he faced a pitcher yesterday instead of a catcher like he did Sunday. And Andrew Stevenson has been promoted, as we reported yesterday, or wrote about yesterday, up to AAA Syracuse. So
do you think Dusty gives Bautista the stardom tomorrow, considering it's a day game?
He might the day after the night game, and a big series against the Phillies this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. Let's take a look elsewhere in the division on this Wednesday night. Miami is doubled up on Tampa 10-5 in the top of the 8th. The Mets look like they're going to beat the Braves 9-5 in the 7th, but that was a 9-3 game. Big Sexy was lit up like a Christmas tree.
He was. Come on, got rocked
tonight. Cubs lead the Phillies 4-3 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that wild, wacky affair that I referred to on Twitter in the one game we'll look at elsewhere, the Red Sox lead the Orioles 4-2 in a game where Adam Jones was thrown out after arguing balls and strikes. His first ever ejection in his career. Yeah. And the starter, I forgot the name of the starter, but he hit one of the Red Sox. Gossman. Yeah, Gossman hit someone in the back and on a curveball and was thrown out. So not good stuff tonight in Boston.
Nope.
Let's see. Zimmerman had his 6th straight. Chris, he had a 6th straight multi-hit game. I believe that ties a personal best for him. 2 for 3. The game-winning RBI double, and a strikeout. He's now hitting .427 and an OPS of 1337.
Wow, he's on fire.
Player of the month, player of the week. Who would have thought? I mean, Harper went 1 for 3 tonight, and we talked about that walk that really, I think, set the table for the rest of the game. He's hitting .388 and 1250, and with an OPS of 1257, and he doesn't lead the team in either. And Wieters had a big hit tonight, too. He set up the first run.
He did, yeah.
So, good stuff all the way around. Before we get to the minor leagues, let's go to the minor leagues. All right. Ooh, not a good night for Syracuse. Tuckett beat him 7-0. Hill with the loss tonight. Goes to 1-3 with an ERA of 8.65. Ugh.
Wow.
Syracuse was 3 hit tonight, by the way. Let's see if Stevenson play. Rusney Castillo went 2 for 4 for Pawtucket. I'm sure they're loving that in Boston. Stevenson went 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. So he's hitting .125 since it was called up. Brandon Snyder, Matt Skoll, and Adrian Sanchez had the hits. Off of Henry Owens. Taylor Hill got racked. Scoreless inning for Joe Nathan, who now has an ERA of 8.10.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think Joe's coming up anytime in the near future. That just put it out there. Harrisburg loses to Trent tonight 6-0. Blackmar takes a loss. He goes to 3-2 with a 5.87 ERA. 4 hits for Harrisburg. This is the farm system that on Sunday had one of the teams put up 22 runs. They got the first 2 scores I've read tonight, 0-0. Let's see. Potomac, 1-0 winners today. Rodriguez had a 1-hitter through 8 innings. And Victor Robles had the only run of the game, a home run in the 3rd.
Nice.
Very good stuff. That was played this afternoon. Ian Sagdahl, by the way, who Ricky just interviewed, went 1 for 4 today with a double.
Cool.
Hitting .240. So Jeffrey Rodriguez, that's 1 F on that for Potomac, 8 innings, 1 hit. He walked 2 and struck out 8 against the Down East Wood Ducks. Okay. Rodriguez threw 95 pitches and had 62 strikes. That usually gets you a promotion.
Should.
And the other game today, Hagerstown beat Rome 8-3. Mills with the win, he goes to 4-1. Simons with the save his first, and Herbert or Hebert with his. Oh, that was for Rome, so it doesn't really matter. Oh well, and so that's what's going on. Hey, it's the first time I've done one of these farm reports, and I don't think anyone had been rained out or was forced to play their 8th doubleheader in 3 days or something like that. All right, so big win for the Nats tonight. Rubber game tomorrow afternoon. What are you looking forward to the most tomorrow?
I think Scherzer's going to stabilize the rotation after the first 2 games with Tanner and Gio struggling with their going to come in. I think Scherzer's going to have a solid game, possibly rack up double-digit Ks, and possibly lead the Nats to a series win over Arizona.
I'm just seeing Mark Zuckerman tweet that Sean Kelly was sick tonight.
Oh, okay.
And that is why Turner got the four inning work. Okay. Wieters was out yesterday with an illness. I hope that the Nats didn't catch the dreaded flu bug that went through the Red Sox the first week of the season when even announcers were having to drop out again.
Yeah, because the outfielder of Arizona, David Peralta, he's missed the first 2 games because he's been sick as well.
Oh, okay. So hopefully that's not going to wipe things out like it did before.
Yeah.
So as we said, day game tomorrow, 1:00 start. Max Scherzer against
Braden Shipley.
At the stadium. It's going to be a cool day, too. It's supposed to get down in the 50s tonight down in D.C. That's cold for down there.
Yeah.
Any other changes you think for the Nats? I think you think they go with Lobaton, or he caught once. I'm surprised. So I guess you get.
I think Wieters goes again tomorrow.
I would think so. That would make the most sense. But I agree with you about Bautista and for Taylor. And you may see Worth not go tomorrow, day game after a night game.
So then who would take his spot then? Worth. Would you want to move Taylor up to the 2-hole?
Not more. Well, it worked before. I forgot. I was gonna say, well, you can play Eaton and left, but that's the whole reason why Taylor's at the beginning. Maybe he does play tomorrow, but I can see some people trying to get some time off before the big week series against the Phillies. Yeah. All right, so what are we running today? Chris Trent did the preview for this series. You can read that on the site. I did the piece on Joe Ross's most recent demotion and what he's got to do to get back up to the team. Ricky took a close look at Tanner Roark's 125 pitch effort. What'd you think of that? That was 12. That was a pretty bizarre.
Yeah, that was a very gritty performance by him. I thought because he didn't have his best stuff, but Dusty let him stay in there, and he rewarded Dusty by actually pitching a solid game, even though he did give up 4 runs. So I thought it was a great game by him.
Obviously, they need to do it because they went to Trinan and Blanton afterwards, and Trinan doesn't really his confidence isn't there, and Blanton just doesn't have anything. What do you think the purpose is of trying to stretch Trinan out for more than 1 inning? That's not the first time that Dusty's done that, and it hasn't worked anytime he's tried it.
I think Dusty's trying to build up his confidence by having him throw 1 inning. If he gets through the 1 inning, maybe he'll get at it to the 2nd inning, and then slowly work Trinan in from low leverage situations into more of like higher leverage situations. But it's just not working out for Trinan at all.
No, because he keeps getting himself into trouble. I mean, he got out of the 8th yesterday with a double play, but runners were on of his making.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the kid. Well, he's not a kid.
Me too.
But I feel bad for him because this is the type of stuff that just ruins careers.
Yeah.
All right, and so I believe that covers everything we've done over the last couple days. You can please give this a like and subscribe on YouTube if you were watching later or live. Let me see if anyone else has chimed in before I give out all the shout-outs. Yep. Oh, so Cole has been named the official starter for Saturday, which is not a surprise. And I can't imagine that Turner will be available for more than an inning.
I don't think he's going to be available at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think you're right, which puts him in a difficult situation because Cole has an ERA like 6.64 with Syracuse. So that's going to be a game that you're going to need some long relief, and you burnt your long relief tonight. But it worked.
Yeah. All
right, so give this a like and get a subscribe here on YouTube. You can follow Chris at AE Canada 12. What does that mean?
AE is my favorite clothing line, American Eagle, and I first went to Canada when I was 12 years old.
Okay. Yeah. You can follow him at AE Canada 12. You can follow me at Ron Juckett, Ricky Keeler, our fearless co-editor, at Rickinator 555 in the site, of course, at District on Deck. And also don't forget to give us a like and a follow on Facebook because we post everything there along with highlights. So for Chris Lacey, thanks for joining me tonight.
Thanks again, Ron.
Yeah, it was fun. And for Ricky Keeler and the rest of the staff of District on Deck, I'm Ron Juckett, wishing you a very pleasant evening.